Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hey, 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 hey. How are you all doing? Happy New Year once again. Okay. Um, let's just go right. Let's just go right into the conversation of today. I know that some of you are about to crucify me, but it's okay. It's a new year resolution, new year, new me, new year, new consistency with YouTube. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You know what I'm saying? Guys, see, I have a lot of gist for you. I'm not even joking. I have a lot of gist. Life has been really busy. A lot has been happening behind the scenes, but I'm good. I mean, for those who have been seeing my YouTube shorts back to back, I'm sure that they must have been keeping tabs, and they will know that I did not go anywhere. I'm here right with you on this YouTube. You probably not just think me with the guests, but today I've got this interesting, cute couple in the studio. I'm sure that you want to hear their love story. Even me, I want to hear because both of them are just too cute. You know what I'm saying? Too cute. And I'm like, guys, come and tell us your story. Let us hear, how this journey started. I'm particularly excited because it's their wedding anniversary. Mm-hmm. Happy wedding anniversary to this amazing couple. I'm really, really honored and glad, that they decided to do this with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, sit back, relax, enjoy, grab a cup of water, coffee, whatever it is. This is coffee, but no, it's water that is inside. Mm, so good. Water is good for your body. Sip water. And enjoy yourself. It's so great to be back here, honestly. Okay, you know how we do it here. We keep it simple, we keep it cool, cozy, no problem. No bad energy, no bad energy. Bad energy, stay far away. Stay far away. I should get into the studio. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've got this amazing, cute couple in the building. And you people, where do you see this? Hi, all these are our sisters. Our sisters, open high, go market. It's so beautiful to have the Okeyales in the building. I'm so excited, happy and honored to have them. Hello.
Hello.
Guys, you see what I'm saying? See, cute couple. Hmm? Wait, let me ask the question. Where did you both find yourself? First of all, where did yeah, I want
Such
to
a
hear.
good question, really. It happened in
In the
school.
moon. In the moon.
In the mood, yeah.
Which moon? Which moon? Which moon are you talking about? No, I really want to know. Where did you meet yourself? Was it in church? Was it in school? How did
So
you guys
it's
meet?
a combination of both. It was in school and it was the school's church. So it was
Campus
campus
fellowship.
church, really.
Campus fellowship.
That's when these things happen.
Were you in the choir, sir? Were you in the choir? Were you in the choir,
No,
sir?
it's the other way around. She was in the choir.
She was in the choir. Ladies and gentlemen, grab a seat. This is about to be interesting. This will be so interesting. Thank you so much for coming. I'm so happy. I'm so honored. I'm humble. Thank you so much for agreeing to do this. Thank you
Thank you
for
for
just
having us.
Thank you.
share your love story. I'm really, really excited. So let's play a quick game before we go into the gist. It's your 1 year anniversary, right? And
Yeah.
I'm really happy for you.
Thank you.
Um, who is the first to apologize when there is a quarrel?
That's with me.
It depends.
That should be really.
Is you. I believe you. Whatever you say, I believe you, sir. Whatever you say, I believe you. Who is who? Oh yeah, you want to defend yourself? Okay, defend yourself.
I feel like it really depends on what the issue is, what like the cause of it. Sha.
Hmm,
But
hmm.
most of the time,
He's the
I'm the
one.
soft-hearted guy.
that's
Eh,
the thing.
we believe you. We believe you, sir. Okay, let me say who dressed this more? Who is the better dresser? Fashion sense and all that.
Who's the better dresser?
Me.
Yeah, I give it to her.
Let's give it to her. I've been seeing all those your Sunday pictures and JPEG. Let's give it to her. Okay, let me ask another one. And who is more prudent with money?
That has to be me.
Babe. See you.
That has to be me.
See me. You're saying I study
No,
economics,
I'm not
guys.
saying you're not prudent.
So
So
you should know.
I'm not saying you're not prudent. So
Mm,
this is
okay.
comparatively speaking.
Well, it's true. I think
I
so.
love the analysis. I love it. Vicky, you're not prudent. Don't even try.
She's
You're not
prudent
Well,
prudent.
I am,
though. She is.
but like I think when it comes to managing
Yeah,
funds, like oh, instead of this, let's do this.
yeah. Scale of
You
preference,
guess,
priorities,
yeah,
long-term thinking,
yeah,
Mm,
yeah.
introspection.
mm.
All that
So
in
for me, I
place.
like enjoyment. Let's
Eh,
spend
mama,
it.
I need to
You
enjoy
know,
myself. Soft
but
life
it's
gang.
one thing, man. So yeah, I could say yeah, more prudent. But when like we eventually go out to shop, I think you now spend more.
Yeah, actually, because I like to enjoy myself as well.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
okay. Thank you so much. So, one more last one.
Okay.
Who is the prayer warrior? Who is the
Hmm.
prayer warrior?
That one is deep. How do we measure that now?
Person that
I
prays
don't
more.
know. Who prays more? Who is firebrand more?
So that I think it just has to be on both sides to be fair, because if we look at frequency and then we also look at length, so those are
Mm,
two. There might be someone who
Hmm.
prays longer, and there might be
Yeah.
someone
mm,
who prays more
Yeah.
often.
Yeah. I feel like to be fair, if it's about who prays more often, maybe it's me. But
But
mm.
who
who
prays
prays
longer?
longer?
That's
That I will be like, "Please, can we round off now?" To be because you can go
Like
for
this
all
man, daddy too long.
yeah, when it's I mean,
Great.
yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, yeah. So let's get into the conversation now. Where did this all start from? For
Hmm.
you, like you said campus, church, and all that. I really want to hear the story from the beginning. In the beginning. I
in
want
the
to hear
beginning.
how did this start? Where did this start? How did you know? I really want to hear, some of those details if you would
Okay,
oblige to
so
be quiet and then
this
let you do the talking.
this is a very interesting one. I think the year was 2015. I was in my penultimate year in the university, and
Mm,
so we went to the University of Agriculture, Abeokuta, and then I studied agricultural economics. So for my program, the year before the last year, we go on something we call the farm practical year. So it's like
mm,
our IT year, so we go for a whole year. So that year, I was posted to a particular village, and I was in the village. One of those, it was in January. I honestly had no business to come back to the campus, but I don't know. I just had that spirit telling me, okay, go back to the campus this weekend. I mean, so I went to the campus that weekend, and then I went to church. So as I was in church that Sunday, I can still remember very well where I was sat, and then I saw this lady who is now my wife. I mean, she was in the choir, and to be fair and to be very honest, there was really nothing, no strings attached, because she was actually young. She was very small.
Uh-uh.
I
What do
mean,
you mean? What
this
do you
one,
mean by that? Like she was looking like a child or what?
yeah, she was actually young. I think this is about 9 years ago now. What I'm talking about, it's
Wow.
about 9 years ago. So we're both young. It's like this song that says we're both young when I first saw you.
Hmm,
So we're really both young.
hmm.
And when I saw her, there was honestly no strings attached or
I mean,
anything.
we're
I
not even
just
friends.
very
We didn't
good
even know
friends.
each other.
So, but I just have the Holy Spirit telling me, can you see that person? Just remember the face, and that was it. And to
Hmm.
be honest, after the service, I went back to my village where I was having my farm practical year, and that was where I spent the next 1 year. I didn't even know her name. We didn't know each other. So I came back. The following year was my final year in 2016 or thereabouts. I came back on campus and I was just living my life. I was this
Of course,
school
brother.
focused person. I wasn't really talking to anyone. I
No
was
distraction. No distraction.
So I was just doing my thing, but then I had a group of friends. We're still friends today with some of my friends, my guys that were living together in the hostel. But
Hmm,
I figured they were friends with her, and they
okay.
were always going to our hostel, spending a lot of time with her. But I mean, they would tell me, "Let's go." I just didn't have a lot of interest. I just really wanted to to be focused on whatever it was that I was doing at that point in time. Because I think I used to have a mantra then. It was STIG. It was single till I graduate. So I really didn't want
Ah,
any.
SCIG. People of God, not that
You're
down.
just proud. Which one is mantra?
So I really didn't want any distractions, right?
You're just proud to relate the old thing. I don't know if you like.
Well, you see. So that was it really. They were going to our house, but I really I was just doing my thing. Fast forward to the last semester. I mean, I think it was the last semester. It was in August, I guess. So I had this friend, a very good friend of mine, Daniel, who was very close with her, very very close. And then he mentioned to me one of those days, and I was like, so my friend Onyechi, she's praying for this spelling bee competition, and I already told that I have this friend who is very, very good with languages, English, and can train her. Are you able to help me train this, my friend, so that she can win the ultimate spelling bee competition? I was like, okay, well, no problems. And I think he told me in the morning, and he was like, okay, we're meeting at night. It was going to be a night class. I was like, okay, no problems. I mean, we're all going to go together anyway. So it's me, my friend Daniel. We left home that night. I think it was August 5, 2016, if I'm correct. Yeah. So it was August 5, 2016,
Don't
and
keep dates. Like, you remember everything.
so that day that was like the first time we were going to speak, and the first time we were even going to talk one on one, right? And then we were having the spelling bee was it
Training.
training now? And then we're having it in the lecture room that day. We started around 10 o'clock, and I think it was around 12. My other friend was there as well. But then we could not continue anymore because something happened. We got a call from my hostel. My roommate had some medical emergencies. So I had to leave around 12. And I left around 12 midnight with Daniel to go see him and handle that situation. But I just said this to say that was our first meeting. And after that point in time, we exchanged contacts, and then we just kept in touch. Like one once in a while, we just kept in touch. I really didn't even, I mean, there was really still nothing attached up until the following year. I went for service, and it was in Delta States. I was serving, and then I got this book. Was it Boy Meets Girl, Say Hello to Courtship? That was a really good book. I read the book, and at that point in time, it felt like it gave me some direction as to what next. Because I've been praying, to be honest, I've been praying before then. And I've been saying, God, I'm done with school. Though. I mean, of course, marriage, but I mean, I just needed.
Literally, like the next big thing after saying go to like graduate. I mean, that's the next
Now
stage.
you
That's the next
Yeah,
graduated.
I'm
stage.
graduated. So God, what's the next thing we should be doing now? So I've been praying, and I remember it was in March. I was at home. I was on the bed, and I just I just had the knowing in my spirit that I mean I just kept hearing her name, and I was like, okay, so what does this mean? I mean, at that point, I really didn't know what it was, but every time I prayed about it, that was what I was getting. And I was like, okay, but we're not even friends. We didn't really used to talk. Mind you, it's been about 8 months since our first meeting, but we're not really exactly talking. So when I went to service, it was in May, and I read the book. I felt like I had some sort of direction as to what next I should be doing. So at that point in time, well, so this is not exactly the church way. I spoke with her in May, and then I told her how I was feeling.
Correct, 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 correct.
What
But,
sort of
but, but before
okay?
then, I think I should just come in now because before then we were chatting on WhatsApp nothing attached, just
Yeah.
hi, how are you? Hi, service here going, stuff like that. Yeah. So
How did
that's
you
I
get the number? Was it from that teaching time, that training time?
yeah. I think it was after that time I got
Yeah.
your number. That's but it was just like once in a while, hello.
You are chatting your teacher. Can you imagine?
I'm
You are
checking.
chatting your trainer.
So for me, I think I would say how I met you. I don't know, but there was a particular time. It was still in church, in campus fellowship. There's a particular time that you shared testimony on
Yeah,
a
yeah,
Thursday.
yeah.
So that was the first time I was actually
The
seeing
way
you.
people take note of everything.
So I told my like, oh, fine brother, you know. Although it wasn't really looking this fine then.
You will not resist the urge
Yeah.
to help me.
It wasn't really looking this fine then, but then he spoke really well. Then I eventually found out, oh, this brother is a writer, he writes poems, he does a lot of writing, things like that. And we were part of that one journalist group in FUNAB then.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just really admired writers because me, I love reading. poems and novels. So when I see someone that can write it, I'm like, you guys, you are very good thinkers. So I just admired and just respected him like that. But I still felt like some we try, not like I tried to even go close to him, but unlike other brothers in his clique, then those ones that they're really friendly. Daniel was my very good friend. He would just be like, hi, I'll be like, this brother safe. So
Waiting, step, waiting.
I'll be carry your head like as if you are the one really in the campus. But it was good. So even my friend Daniel is always the kind of friend that it was a very, very good friendship that we had in school. So he's always looking out for me, always trying to, look out for me as his friend. So there was a particular time he saw a spelling bee competition. So Daniel that got the form. But Daniel, I think he registered for me or something. And I was like, guy, did I tell you that I want to do spelling bee contest? I mean, have I ever done spelling with you? He was like, oh, that you like it, you like it, that don't worry. I'll get my friend to teach you. I'm like, this guy, it's kind of wild like this. So eventually he told me that I already spoke with him, that I need to go for the competition, that this guy will coach me very well. Okay. And the only time we could find was night class because lectures and every other thing. So that was the first time I actually had a conversation with him. And so just really him sitting one place, one seat in between.
And then
And
Daniel,
then no, that was
yeah,
not at
that
the
was
back.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was.
And then me and then it was like, do you know this word?
We should buy popcorn for Daniel. Daniel tried. Daniel tried.
He's a very good guy.
We should commend Daniel.
Yeah. So fast forward after that time, couldn't really talk much again, but I collected his number, or you collected my number,
Are you
and
sure?
then so just chatting once in a while and all. So yeah, that's how I met him, right?
Mm, mm.
So I
So
think
at what point did the conversation of marriage entered? I know that your husband had already said that, of course he was praying and all that, and then he spoke to you, right?
yeah,
When he spoke to you, because from what you have explained, from what you have narrated, like both of you were not so close. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like maybe you guys had maybe like very close friendship. So, I mean, how did you just transport from that once in a while friend to it is looking as if it is you, my heart is, the God is leading me to what is
so I think we didn't really transport like that because when he told me how he felt then I was like I was I saw I didn't see it coming, right? I'm like, from where to where? I didn't see it coming at all. He just told me that, oh, this he has been praying about it and he's just trying to tell me that he cares and he loves me and I should take my time and go and pray. And I'm like,
this brother, no,
yeah,
this gentle.
I was even at that point I was even like sisters rep, sister coordinator. They
Yeah,
used to
don't
have
start
it
with
all reps like leading fellowship
mm,
and all. And we know I used to preach against dating before marriage. You must do the deeper life way. All of a sudden, but before
and this
then,
brother wants you. This brother wants you to. He wants you to derail.
so at that point, I just told him that I don't have okay, that I will pray about it. And I told Daniel. Daniel was just laughing. I said, I don't know saying at this girl. I don't know. I'm like, Daniel, what
Daniel,
is
Daniel deserve plantain chips. Daniel, wherever you are, just know that you are a very, very important person in this story.
it is, it is.
If Daniel was here, he would have a very interesting angle to spin
Like,
to
Daniel
this
has his own
story.
angle to this story. Yeah. But
Wow.
yeah, I think it was like so I think I just continued with the friendship. That's when I started to get to know him better. I said, let's just be friends for now that
Mm,
I'm not really cut out for dating and all these ones now. Please. Let me
mm.
also, me too. No relationship to graduate. I mean, what's that your mantra? Yeah.
SCIG.
Yes.
It's
So
copyrighted. You have to pay
mm,
for it.
so I think I even told you no at some
Yeah.
point. So for me, I had like some struggles with the whole relationship, with the whole church thing that I need to be careful, don't just date like that. But I knew I was a really great guy. So I just kept him in my corner.
Let me just keep it somewhere.
Mr. Shadow.
Music. So,
I love this sincerity. Honestly, I love the sincerity. So, Mr. Akorede, when she gave you that kind of reaction, that kind of energy, right? How did you feel? I mean, how did you react? Like, even you, what were you expecting, anyways?
Okay,
Before
so
you.
so for me, I think I'm a go getter anyway. So,
Oh, Pop,
oh, fuck.
I set
So,
my eyes like a flinch.
yeah, I shall not be ashamed.
Yeah.
So, when she said no, at that point, like I mentioned, it wasn't really as if we're so much of friends anyway. I told her in May, but I've been having that feeling since March, and I've been having
Mm,
that understanding and knowing since March. So I felt like, okay, if she says no, then I mean, let me just go back and pray and hear what God has to say.
mm,
Is
mm,
God saying anything different? So, well, while I still had my convictions, I also knew that let's take time. We're not rushing to get married. There's a whole lot of time in front. She's still in school as well. I was done. I needed to make money as well. So let's just take time to prepare. But again,
oh,
there's
important.
also
Oh, very
there's
important.
also the the iron part of uncertainty, and I'm not
Mm,
going to gloss over it.
mm,
It's not
mm,
waiting periods are not they're not always easy,
mm,
especially when you're not so sure of what the other person is thinking. Right.
mm,
So at that
mm.
point in time, well, was I worried? Yes. Was I too worried? No. So I just went back to pray and I gave it time. But again, I also always asked after some time, to be fair, I always asked after some time, okay, is there some update or something? You want to say something?
yeah. So I know it was talking about waiting period and the
Mm,
fact that I had uncertainty. So I
mm,
thought so because I mean myself, I'm from Delta. My father's from Delta States, and both my
mm,
parents are from Delta States. His parents are from Ogun States, Nigeria.
mm,
So,
mm,
and I know how tribalistic my parents can be because when
mm,
Tribalistic is heavy. No,
okay,
they can have
let me not say
some
tribalistic, but
concerns or
concerns, yeah. So I know that before I even gained admission, when I gained admission to FUNAB, my mom was already like, Abiyakuta, don't go and bring a Yoruba man home. Oh. And at that point, I was like, I don't want a man. Please, I just want to go and study. I'm not even taking of any man. So not with tribalists now, but she just had some
reservations.
reservations,
That's the
yeah,
word.
And so apart from that, he is from like a mixed background in terms of
Religion.
religion. So his
mm,
father is a Muslim, mom
mm,
is a Christian. Although he has been a Christian all his life and Deeper Life member like all his life, just the way I grew up as a Deeper Life member, children church, youth church,
mm,
campus,
mm,
same way
mm,
for him as well. So, but then I had the concern. I'm like, first of all, my parents accept this guy, right? First of
mm,
all, I accept the
mm,
background. Will I fit in into his family? Will they like me? Because at that
mm.
point, it was not just saying let's date, let's be friends. It was like he has prayed, I want to marry. I'm like, marry how?
Wow.
Yes. So I was looking at it. That I got to know him better. I got to know his family, his sisters, his brothers, and I'm like, do I fit into his family? Do they like me? Apart from if they would like me, but I like them. To
Mm,
be, one of them, to be like to be called the part of the Okayali family.
mm,
So it was something I struggled with. I had to pray, and then I was being sincere with him. I told him that this is one concern that I have. That it's not that I think before I told you, I'd already prayed and I was getting some confirmations from God that
mm,
this could be my husband, but I was just doubting everything because of the struggles that I had then. I was in final year then. So I was just doubting. I'm like, no, I don't know if this can work. So I just had
mm,
to tell him at some point that this is the kind of family I'm from. This is how my mom would feel about this thing. They're not going to accept it. Right. And apart from being accepting me, I've not even accepted. So we just be friends like that. Yeah, so
mm.
that was why that was when he started having uncertainty, right?
Yeah.
Me, I already moved on, but it did not.
It's not easy now. It's not easy now. It's not easy.
Let's be truthful.
Wow, 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 wow. So all throughout the period, you were waiting and expecting to get a feedback from her and all that and all that. How did you really feel? where although you had already said that you weren't too worried, but were you having maybe second thoughts or something like, "Ah, anyway, if she comes back and then she says no, talk, I'll go back to God again and go and pray." Because I used to hear people say that a lot, like, when you pray for somebody and then you go to meet the person says no, go back to God. God has, other options and all that. And sometimes, I'm not able to really settle that idea in my head, because in my mind I'm like, if God really leads you to somebody, or if God led you to somebody, I mean, God should have also done the work, on the other person also, such that by the time you are going to meet the person, you are able to say something, and then not maybe the person will agree immediately, but at least there should be, some kind of positive response and all that. So, what was going on with you at the time?
It was a lot to be fair. This is a story of about 6 years. We're trying to
Mhm.
park. We're trying to park in one episode. So
Wait,
it
wait,
was
wait, wait, wait. Are you saying you waited for 6 years? I don't understand.
up to. I mean, we got married last year. Technically in the church, right? But I mean, this whole story started in 2017. So that's about 5 6 years.
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. No, I'm not 25. Sorry. I want to count it very well. Did you say 2017 or
Yeah,
18?
the whole story started about
Like,
2017, but
like
the
that was
thing
the first
is,
time you told
yes,
me
the
it's
first time I told
2017.
her, but there are different layers to the
Yes.
whole story. There are just different layers. So how did it feel? So at the start in 2017, the challenges we were facing there was not things are not really advanced at the
We're
time. It was
still
just
friends.
myself and her, and then ourselves
And they
thinking
are
about,
cleared him.
yeah, ourselves thinking about, okay, would this be the right decision for me at this time to even be in a relationship in the first place? Because even at that time, I recall that I think there were words going around on campus, and then somebody had to call you in church.
No, that
That
no.
was
No.
that was for something else
No.
entirely. So at that time, I mean, I was just really willing to wait because I knew about the reservations at some point in 2017, and like I said, I can be a strategic person sometimes. So I thought in my own head, this is being frank with you. I thought in my head, I mean, this is not going to be straightforward, really. So if it's not going to be straightforward, I think the earlier the better. So I don't know how many years we're going to be. We are going to be on this, other than saying, okay, if I come back in another 5 years, then we'll probably still have to go through this in another 5 years. Yeah, so I
Wow.
don't think it makes a lot of sense to do that. So why not start now? And we're going to solve. Eventually, we're going to solve whatever the problem is because I sort of had my convictions, and then I had some things in my head I was also hoping we're going to be able to do. One key thing that helped me though at the time because you know what they say about sometimes breakfast it brings you closer to God and then to yourself, right? So at that point in time, so I spoke with my pastor, by the way, immediately after I mentioned to her, right, in 2017 while I was 7. When I came back to Lagos, one of the first persons I spoke with was my youth pastor. We're very close. We're still very close. So I just went to his office and I told him, sir, this is what happened and this is what I think I am feeling and this who I think I'm led to. And it was really very helpful, I have to be honest with you. He takes me as a brother and it was like if I it's something he's been looking forward to himself. So he
Mm.
says it's fine, it's not a problem. I said, of course, I know that there's supposed to be a process, but the truth is, I'm not sure I'm ready for that process yet.
Yeah,
But
I've done the process.
yeah, I'm done the process. I'm not sure I'm ready for the process yet because I understand that if you go through this process, then you probably
Mm.
need to get married in 6 months, 1 year, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
and that's not within my plan at the moment. But I just thought it was important to let you know and be accountable to
Mm.
you. And it really
Mm.
helped being accountable to you. It was part of the journey from the start. So at that
Mm.
point in time, it was testing for my faith because how do you say you have an understanding that this is what it's supposed to be, and then the result is not really showing
Mm.
forth. So at that point
Mm.
in time, I always just had to sit back, pray all the time, and then try to hear what God is saying. And then I also had my teachers, my spiritual fathers that I used to listen to that really helped me, faith teachers at that point in time. So it just really drew me closer to God at that time. But there are a lot of things that we can't
The story
unpack.
is long.
We
Oh,
can't unpack.
we
It's
have
Yeah.
just
line by
it's too
line,
long.
line by line. So I think that after I graduated, And I kept praying about, I mean, we're still very good friends then. I kept praying about this whole relationship thing. And I started serving. It was just clear to me at that point that this is the person that God wanted me to be with.
Mm,
Not just because we're friends, or I mean, nothing attached at all. But I
mm,
just, anytime I pray about it, it was always coming to mind. And I tried to be sure that it's not because this brother has asked me out before. That's why he's the one coming to my mind. I mean, there are other brothers that said one or two things the same way, but it was always him. I mean, I have confirmation is too much because because for the kind of uncertainty that I had, I mean, I
mm,
just needed to be 101% sure that I was not
mm,
about to
mm,
marry, just marry anyone or miss it in marriage. So when I started serving, I think we met after church in Bagada one day. I was in Bagada church, and then
Mhm.
you came around. Well, we met at one point, and then he mentioned it again that, oh, this is how he was feeling, blah blah blah. And then at that point, in fact, the day before, I had prayed about it, and I just felt like, well, I'm going to go ahead with this relationship and see how it goes. Like, see how it goes in terms of when we get to the place of
bridge will
financial
cross it.
concept and
Mm,
everything. At that point, I was already at peace. I was already at peace with him. I was already at peace with his family. I was already at peace with getting married, into the family. I was at peace with God has taken away a lot of doubts and fears in my heart.
mm,
So I,
mm.
I gave me a yes at that point that
Mama, o
this,
ṣe, gbé fún mama o.
um, that was in 2011,
11
right?
K. 2019.
Sorry, 2021.
Was it
2019, sorry, sorry,
2019? That was
sorry.
2019.
2019 June.
Yeah.
Ọmọ,
Yeah. So in June 2019, after we met that day, I said that I actually prayed about it. I mean, I had known. So let's not be doing back and forth because I had already put him on hold for it. My no had to change to
for
yes.
years now, mama, for years.
So
This
at that point,
brother.
yeah, I told him a yes, but then we had to set relationship rules so that we don't do anything that God does not like, because you
Mm,
know that even if it's not the church way. And I remember we have a book. This is my book. See, it's looking very old now because I've had this book since I was quite
he's
I
serious.
mean since 100 level or so, very long time ago, but that's where I write a lot of things. So we talked, I remember one of part of this book. I carried the book to Bagada that day. So we talked about a lot of things about how one relationship to go on sexual purity, things that we needed to do, things that we would not even discuss about, things that
Mm,
would, I mean, except we're ready to like take it to the next level, like going to the marriage committee and seeing the parents and all. Let me just continue.
Okay.
That relationship spanned 8 months, and it was like the best time of my life. Then
oh,
it was so pure,
but
so
the
good.
happiness of my
Ah,
life.
God. I really felt like, this is what relationship people are enjoying. What?
Eh, Sister Vicky.
You didn't told me that that love can be
See,
so genuine and so
single
simple.
people watching this, you people too should go and enter godly relationship, okay? So that you can be able to relate. You understand?
Yeah. So it was a very we had a very good time without
Mm,
any sexual advances,
mm,
without any I didn't believe I ever talked about body, like feeling of this one. I mean, it was just really a pure, genuine relationship, and it was so good. Until I told you that it spanned 8 months.
mm-hmm.
My parents now found out that there's one brother used to call their daughter.